Charlie!
First thing that I'd like to say about housebreaking is do not use wee-wee pads. Wee-wee pads are scented with a pheromone to attract the dog to shit and piss. So you're essentially telling the dog that you want it to shit and piss in the house. And that's not what you want to be. That's not the message you want to be sending to the dog. Now this is about, we've done 2 nights, I believe, two nights, 3 nights. It all becomes a blur at a point with a puppy because you should be waking up in the middle of the night and taking the puppy out. And the first 2 days, maybe 3 days, I'll sleep with the puppy on the floor. If you're going to do it in the bed, make sure that you understand what I'm saying is don't sleep with the dog in your bed. Any dog at any age, it'll confuse the status of the dog. But if you have a 9-week-old puppy, a 7-week-old puppy, something like that, you can do 2-3 nights. And when you feel that, when you feel the puppy getting up, you can put a bell around the puppy's neck. So if you hear the puppy getting up, you grab the puppy and run the puppy outside and start getting success with housebreaking. That's how I do it. I'm just telling you how I do it and how I've been doing it for years, okay? I've been doing it this way since my early 20s. So you're gonna lose some sleep. I'm wearing the same clothes I was a couple days ago because, you know, it just becomes one big blur. We're getting a lot of success with the puppy on housebreaking, lots. The puppy's been pooping outside, peeing outside. We're also using some of the older dogs. I'll take the older dogs out with the puppy, a little monkey see, monkey do. The dog learns, you know, I'll take him out with female and male dogs, but it'll learn that it needs to go outside like the big dogs. We also use monkey see, monkey do to teach the puppy to go up and down steps, which this dog is already doing, and I'll have a video out on that later. Don't wait. If it's a 7-week-old puppy, you can get the dog going up and down the steps. Tonka was doing it 7 weeks. So this dog's running up and down the steps now. Don't wait. People ask me, when should I start training my dog? The day you get it. And training is the lifetime of the dog. You should be doing a little bit with your dog every day, drilling your dog. But housebreaking is one of those things I want to get the dog housebroken as quick as possible. So now I won't be sleeping with the dog next to the dog because I've figured out that the puppy can hold it for about 4 hours. Now the circadian rhythm affects every living creature, and puppies, mammals, during the nighttime, they'll sort of sleep, they'll need to go less. So I could get 4, maybe 5 hours at night, where during the day, when the puppy's eating and drinking, I don't get that long. I might only get like an hour and a half or 2 hours, and the puppy needs to go out. So I'll have the puppy in a crate. Tonight, I'll have the puppy in the crate, and I will sleep next to the crate. This is true. And you're wondering, well, why am I doing that? I'm doing that because puppies scream and yell. They put up a big fuss when you start putting them in the crate. They have to learn to put up with it, of course. And make sure that you know that you're not putting that puppy in the crate for any period that the dog can't hold it. Like, don't leave with your dog in the crate and go away for 8 hours. The dog's going to go to the bathroom in the crate, and then you screwed up crate training. Do you understand? Don't let the dog go to the bathroom in the crate because you're training the dog with this like denning instinct that it doesn't want you to go to the bathroom in the crate. So don't let it start doing that. And if it does go to the bathroom in the crate, get the puppy cleaned up, get the crate cleaned up. Okay, you can also use a big pen. If you have to go somewhere and you can't, you know, get somebody in there to get the puppy outside, use a big pen so the dog can go to the bathroom and then get away from it. Okay, so tonight, the plan is the puppy will be in the crate. I'll sleep next to the crate so the puppy won't make a bunch of noise crying It'll get used to being in the crate at night because I need to get sleep, because I have training to do during the day. We train with this dog during the day too. So, and full disclosure, I have a sleeping illness where if I don't get 9 hours sleep, I'm screwed. Even with 9 hours sleep, if I'm driving to my house, sometimes I have to pull over and take a 20-minute nap. You know, the only alternative is medication that costs about $800 a month. And I'm in the United States. I can't afford something like that. $800 a month, but in other countries, it's a lot cheaper. So I'm sort of miserable if I don't get enough sleep. So it's imperative that I get sleep with this puppy. I will have the puppy in the crate tonight. We'll go to sleep for 4 hours. Once again, I probably won't be wearing these clothes again, but I'll be wearing clothes. So all I have to do is open the crate door, and I'll probably be waking the puppy up after about 4 hours, because I know after that period, the dog will have to go to the bathroom. So I'll wake the dog up. I'll hold the dog like this, right, with his feet sort of dangling, and that way the dog will hold it. You want to hold it with its feet sort of dangling. You never want to put the puppy in your lap. That's a no-no. But if the dog's feet are dangling like this, that's okay. It's not dominant on me. Also, when you have your puppy, you can hold your puppy upside down and get the puppy used to being in the submissive position. You can massage its feet. You want the puppy to trust you implicitly. So we'll have the puppy upside down. We'll massage his feet, right? So good. I look at this dog. This is a client. This is not my dog. I look at this dog and I just want to laugh. That's the kind of dog that you want. Super cute. And he is. He's adorable. He looks like Gene Simmons from Kiss. Look at him. He's awesome. This is an awesome dog. The owner's lucky to have this guy. He's picking up on housebreaking. We have him doing puppy retrieves. He's going to learn all basic commands. He's going to learn a lot of stuff. If you have a dog, all this stuff that we're going to teach the dog sort of has to do with older dogs too. So much of this will have to do with older dogs. But if you have a puppy, you should be watching these videos and sort of following along like I do. Okay? Having a puppy is great, but there's stuff that you have to do when they're little. There's sort of a pain in the butt. You know, there's times that he's in the crate, I'm taking the other dogs out, and he wants to go with us. He can't go all the time. But the more we get the puppy outside, the more we're going to get success. This is with a caveat. Do not take the puppy to a dog run or a park or anything where a bunch of dogs are. If you've picked your dog up and you're driving it home, don't stop at a rest stop. And the reason why is that the puppies don't have all their shots, so you want to limit their exposure to where other puppies could have gone to the bathroom that are vaccinated but still have been around the parvo or distemper virus. I hope this makes sense. You know, a dog might not be showing signs of any illness. The owner stops at a rest stop, the dog goes to the bathroom, but it has that virus. It's going to shed that virus. So you limit their exposure by not taking them places where a bunch of dogs are. You might hear this from the vet, that the only way that you can be sure that your dog isn't going to get exposure is by not taking it outside. Vets tell you shit that is bullshit, and I'll tell you why that's bullshit, is because parvovirus in December, it's been found that it can be tracked in with shoes, tires, so your dog is not completely safe until it has all its vaccinations. I'm saying it's worth it to get the dog housebroken. At 13 weeks, you're just taking it outside. Use your head. Don't do anything stupid. Don't be taking your dog to a dog run or anything like that. Just take it right outside the door. That's it. So it's outside the house. That's all we do. We're 5 feet away from my front door. We're at my studio. We're going to my house. And when we go to my house in Brooklyn, that's a different story. We can go all around my backyard. That's fine. There's no other dogs back there except dogs that have all their shots. This dog will be great. Housebreaking. Get it done. Use your head. Be logical about it. Don't put it in the crate if you can't be there to let the dog out. If the dog goes to the bathroom in your house, if you have it running around and it goes to the bathroom in your house, just clean it up. Don't ever push the dog's nose into it. Don't. And when they're young like this, they have to go to the bathroom all the time. What are you going to scold the dog for? Just pick the dog up. If you catch the dog going to the bathroom, if you pick the dog up, it'll stop, run it outside. When your dog goes to the bathroom outside, good boy! That's what you want. That's the desired action. You understand? No wee-wee pads at all. Those pee pads. Train your dog to go to the bathroom inside. You do it with a young dog like this. You have no idea how much of my business is older dogs that wee-wee pads were used. The Shiba that's here right now, Miko, they were using a wee-wee pad with Miko. It's so common. About 75% of the dogs that come here to train, wee-wee pads have been used, and you have a dog that you're telling the dog from an early age, go to the bathroom in my house. You have to break that cycle. All dogs can make mistakes, okay? If the dog has diarrhea or something, don't get mad at the dog. It doesn't matter if it's an 8-year-old dog. Just clean it up. If it's an older dog and you catch it, yes. No, don't do that in my house, right? You could use some tone and make sure that the dog knows not to do that in your house. But for the most part, just clean it up. If you don't catch the dog doing the thing that you don't want it to do, you can't chastise it. You can't say anything to the dog. Your positive and negative reinforcement happens in 1.3 seconds. So if you catch the dog doing something stupid, you got 1.3 seconds to tell the dog not to do that. No, right? That's the word that we use to tell the dog it's in the wrong position or it's doing something you don't want. No. If your dog's doing something good, you need to mark that behavior right at that point too. You have 1.3 seconds to tell it it's doing a good job. Good boy. Don't train with food. Never train with food. One more important thing. Let me go get some raw diet. Hang on. This puppy is going to be easier to housebreak because we have it on a raw diet. But not all raw diets are the same. This is Abity dog food. It has a low fiber profile. It's about the only pet food that I would ever recommend. It says it right on the package, no vegetables. You think that because you see grain-free on your pet food that it's better for your dog. It is not. They use potatoes, carrots, tomatoes, apples, all kinds of things that dogs don't eat. The amount of fibrous plant product that your dog would be eating from the prey animal is minuscule compared to what's in your pet food. Think about it. If it eats a whole rabbit, your 70-pound dog eats a whole rabbit, okay? How much fibrous plant material, how much grass or whatever the rabbit was eating is going to be in its digestive tract, okay? Compared to the protein and bone that it's eating. Not a lot. But the pet food companies put way too much fiber in pet food so that they can make money. Pet food is about making money, okay? Like I said, this is the only pet food that I would ever recommend is Abity. They know this. They know that it's a pandemic among our dogs, so they have a pet food that has a low fiber profile. It doesn't have vegetables in it. Why? Because your dog doesn't need vegetables. Your dog is a carnivore. Don't listen to anybody that says that your dog is not an obligated carnivore. It is. It is. We just don't see the drastic, deterioration that we would see like in a cat. And cats, same thing. Cats, you look at cat food, it has all these carbs in it. Why are they putting carbs in pet food when even the Pet Food Association says that your dog and cat need 0 carbs? So that they can make money. Abity dog food, this is what I give a puppy so that I don't have to grind up the chicken. if you think that you're going to go to the pet store or the grocery store and buy ground turkey or ground hamburger and just give them that, you're an idiot. Your dog needs more than twice as much calcium as you. Bone is part of their diet. So if the mother dog, if the adult dog, say the adult wolf, the male wolf goes out and kills something, comes back, regurgitates everything up, it's already pre-chewed. It's pre-chewed and pre-digested in the dog's stomach. So do you understand? You can't use ground beef or ground chicken or turkey because it doesn't have ground up bone in it. So you would have to add calcium. And you can't just give them chicken because this dog has milk teeth. They can't grind up the chicken bone, even though the chicken bones are very easy to digest for the domestic dog. No problem. Poultry bones are hollow. One other thing. Salmonella is not a problem for a canine or a cat. This is millions of years of evolution. They can eat bacteria. They just gobble it up. Salmonella is a problem for human beings, not your dog. It's not. This is no problem. So something like this, they have some kind of process where they make sure that it's tested for salmonella, first of all, and they also lower the bacteria count with like a washing process. They only do this for the human beings. If Abity has a recall, right, means that somehow, which would be rare that a company like this would get a recall, it would be because they're worried that human beings are going to get salmonella poisoning. Your dog, no problem. So if you buy Abity or go to Abity's website, they're going to have a lot of information on their website that's very similar to the shit that I say. What do they use in their pet food? For fiber and a little bit of tiny bit of carbs is a small amount of rice, I believe. Unless they've changed it over the last 5 years, and I don't think that they have, but it's a very small amount. You don't need much. Pet foods, 99% of them are going to be horrible for your pet. People only use these things because it's convenient. It is not helpful to give your dog dry dog food and then have it gobble up water. One, because it's going to expand inside of the dog. It needs to hydrate inside of the dog. It expands and pushes out this giant dump, so your dog has trouble holding it. Also, they drink too much water, because it's like if you were eating crackers. You would eat crackers, you'd be thirsty. So they drink too much water. If you want your dog housebroken, use a raw diet. You can grind your own food. That's fine. Grind your own food, you can do that, or you can use Abity. The other raw diets that are on the market are pet food. They're flat out pet food, and they're full of carbs and fiber. It's so that the pet food companies can make money. This is a very small company. It's out of Poughkeepsie, New York. It's an awesome food. Get your dog outside. Keep getting it outside. And most of all, God, I need another Red Bull. Most of all, build on success. And that's true with all your training of any age dog. You want to build on success. If you're just building on negativity, you're not building on anything. You should be praising the dog more than you're telling the dog that it's wrong. And a dog like this, a dog this young, we don't even start saying anything negative or doing anything really negative with this dog until it's about 4 months old. So it's all positive to that point. Okay? With that said, do not take the positive reinforcement food trainer's puppy class. That's a huge mistake. You're not going to be learning how to interact with your dog properly, and you're going to be filling your dog full of hot dogs and other treats. You're going to give your dog diarrhea, and you're going to screw up the housebreaking of your dog. Just don't take those classes. Those are just sold to the American public. I got to, get advice from a dog trainer. I got to take the kindergarten puppy class. That's most of my clients have taken this stupid class. You're better just staying away from it. if you're working with a dog trainer that won't work with behavioral issues, right, which like aggression, that's the most common behavioral issue, why would you be taking their puppy class? See what I'm saying? Go to your trainer's website or ask your positive reinforcement trainer if they work with dogs with aggression problems. They'll tell you no. None of them do. And they also, many of them put size limitations on dogs. They won't work with some breeds and they won't work with larger breeds. That's a good sign. You should get the hell away from that person. Build on success with housebreaking. Build on success with everything that you're doing, and don't train with food. Tell the dog that it's doing a good job. And for positive reinforcement, you can also use toys. Anything that the dog likes. Remember that. They like going through the door. So if your dog is excited when it's going through the door, you're conditioning the dog to be excited. If you have a retrieving dog and the dog is jumping around like a maniac, you know, and you throw the ball, you're conditioning the dog to be excited. Check out Charlie. Charlie. Look at Charlie. I hate Trump. Trump sucks. He's the worst. Check out Charlie's little tail. Is that cute or what? Put me down. I want to talk more about Trump. Look at that little tail. This guy's adorable. He really is. It's little Charlie. He is so cute. I just look at Charlie and I just want to burst out laughing. He's a goof. It's like little Ikey. It's very sweet. Build on success. Trump sucks!